Hi. Welcome to our video tutorial, everybody. In this video tutorial, we're going to see how can we create a simple text file using Java code in a specified folder in our operating system. So let's create a new project. Of course, we are using NetBeans IDE. Okay, so we are creating a Java FX application. It's like a desktop application. Okay, so project name is going to be file management. Folder already exists. Okay, so let's add something to it. Training. Now I'm going to remove this one. So I don't want any file being created. I'll create each class myself. So I just want this name to be the project name. Now finish. So this means we have successfully we're going to create Java FX project successfully. Now it's done. So let's see our file. So there you go. Source package. There's nothing here, and we have a default JDK library. Now let's create a new Java class. Let's make it a JFrame 4. Okay, so it's a 4, so let's make it FRM. It's a habit I adopted when developing in C#. So this will create a new form for us, a new empty form. Okay, so right now what we are going to see is how to create a file in Java. So we need a few things, few inputs. Okay, first thing, text field to accept the location of the file, and the other one, the file name, and then we need a button here to create, right? Okay, so name, let's change the variable name, txt, folder name, txt, let's make it location, and this one txt, file name, this one btn create. Okay, now let's change text values. So I want this one to be empty. This one empty as well. Sorry, let's check for another properties that we might want to change. Okay, so solve file. Now for the button, the text property is going to be create file. Oops, sorry. Text is going to be create file. Okay, so when we click this button, our code will take the folder location from this text box and file name from this text box and creates a file in the specified location. So to implement the click event, let's go to events, right click on the button, events, and then action. We better use mouse events, so mouse clicked. So there you go. This is where we write our code. Okay, so first thing is first we have to create an object from a class called file. As you can see, I have typed file with F capital letter. After that, NetBeans will help me to include the specified package for this class. As you can see, you are probably familiar with it. Right now, in our Java code, we have no packages being imported. Okay. Now, if I'm going to use this file, I have to import a package. Add import for Java IO file. So I have to import this Java IO class. Okay. So now, if you scroll to the top, as you can see, we have imported Java IO file. Now I can create an object of that file, an object of that class. New file. We have multiple constructors. Okay, so to see the list of functions or the list of functions available with this file, we can press Ctrl space from our keyboard, and NetBeans will provide us the interlicense or the list of functions. So here, as you can see, we have 4 function constructors of this file class. One is with path name, complete URI, file parent and child, string parent and string child. We simply use string path name. So this function requires us to provide the function, the file name, the full file name, including including the location. So what we can do is txt location. We have to read the data from location text box. One, concatenate it with txt file name dot get text. Okay, so this will create a file object. Now, when we say file, the newly created object dots, then we'll get bunch of functions. Okay, can I execute? Can I read this file? Can I write to this file? Create new file, delete on exit, if this file exists or not. There are a lot of functions that we can do with file object that we just created. So you can get a brief description of each of the functions here. NetBeans is very helpful in this scenario. Whenever you click on or you choose a function, it will give you a detailed explanation of what this function does and what it returns, and any input if it's being taken, if it's being required, including exceptions that might be thrown, that might occur. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to use create new file function. What this new file function does is it automatically creates a new empty file named by this abstract path name if and only if the file with this name does not exist. The check for the existence of the file and the creation of the file, if it is not exist, are a single operation. Okay, so what it returns: true if the named file does not exist and was successfully created, false if the named file already exists. So I can call this function and I can store the returned value in a Boolean variable. Let's call it result. Okay, now here, sorry, I forgot semicolon. Here we can say if result equal to true, which means the file is created, else the file already exists. It's not going to be created because the file already exists, right? So that's what we are going to have here. Okay, what this error is saying is, since we are creating a file, which means we are doing an input-output operation, we have to include try catch statement to our code. So let's simply write try catch, and let's put our entire code. Sorry. There. Okay. Now everything is fine. Now in the catch clause, we have to include a default exception. Okay. Exception EX. Now in if the file is being created, we can show a message box like J option pane, right? J option pane. Now if we write the word correctly, like small and capital letters, we'll get a suggestion here to import the J option pane package, as you can see in the top. So now I can use J option pane dot show we have to pick an appropriate function that will fit for us. Let's choose this one. Okay, so here we can say file created successfully. Else we can use this function and only change the function, change the message. Okay, file already exists. Okay, so this is it. If any exception occurs, then we can say sorry, file not created, check the file location and try again. Okay, it's just a suggestion to inform the user that we don't know what happened, but the file is not being created because the exception occurred. Okay, we can go deeper and see what type of exception we are having, but let's not go there right now. Okay, so this simple code will create a file for us. Now let's run our application and see. Okay, sorry, I haven't created a default class for it, so let's run our file. So now our file is being compiled. There you go. This is our folder. This is our form. Now we have to give it a specific file location. So let's create a file structure in our application, in our computer. Let me create an example here. Java training folder. So let's copy this location and give it here. And the file name I want it to be is training file.txt file. Okay, so let's try create file created successfully. Thank you very much. When you check the folder, we'll have training file.txt file. just a txt file. It's just a notepad simple text file. It's empty, size is 0 KB, but we just created the file. Now we can go a few steps to save text to this file and read that text from that specific file, and also to alter some of the properties of this specific file, like changing its name, changing its attributes, checking if it's hidden or not, and also deleting the file if you want to, or like making the file read-only and also disabling the read-only property. So we can do all these features on this created file, and that's what we are going to do in the upcoming videos. So stay with us, and thank you for watching. If you have any comments, suggestions, or anything you would like to say about our video or our entire channel, please let us know in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching.